Just remember, the first thing is that your CV is your sales pitch. The CV is the only document or the only object that can really speak on your behalf. So you need to make a good impression if you want the interview committee to invite you to an interview. Okay, so the CV is quite a powerful document. That's the only way you're going to get into the room to let the interview committee hear what you have to say. So make sure that you engage your interview panel when you write your CV. In other words, you must write it in such a way that they are grabbed by it. It's relevant and they know what is going on. The CV must speak on your behalf, right? So the CV must demonstrate what you are able to do, what you know, and what responsibilities you had and how you executed those responsibilities. So another point I want to make is that every word in your CV counts. So you can't sit tonight and just draft a CV and then send it off. You must treat your CV like a precious document. Nowadays, especially in the Western Cape, you need to apply online. So you'll notice that on the application screen, on that recruitment screen, it will state very clearly that no faxes are allowed, no handwritten CVs are allowed. You may not post CVs, you may not hand deliver, whatever. You need to do everything online. Now that's a wonderful system, because once you are registered on the e-recruitment system, you will be able to tailor your essays every time when you apply for a post. Okay, so I just want to quickly see what I copied here in terms of the screenshots, things that I think I need to highlight for you. Besides giving all your information, I think the important part is where you have to give your experience sets. Okay, now previously on e-recruitment, you would have seen that you were allowed to write a number of experience sets. So for those of you asking, like, what are these experience sets Sharon is talking about? Basically, the experience sets will speak to your experiences that you have doing, exercising or doing a particular skill, demonstrating your knowledge and so forth. So you must indicate under that experience set exactly what you've done. So in the older version of the e-recruitment, you could do a number of sets of experiences, and then all those sets would form part of your CV. And if you apply, for example, say for example you're applying for a deputy post, then your entire CV, even if it's 14 pages long, would then be printed out and sent to the school. Now I think the WCD became really smart now. You are still allowed to do a number of sets of experiences, but this is critical, and it states on the e-recruitment, when you go into the e-recruitment portal, then you'll see in red it states you must link the experience set that you want to be linked to a specific post. So you can't just talk about, if you were teaching for 20 years, you can't talk about your 20 years of experience, right, in one set. You now have to decide, right, I'm applying for the deputy principal post, or I'm applying for the principal's post, or a teacher post. And then you will look at your advertisement. You will look at all the criteria that are stated in the advertisement. And then you will record your abilities, your knowledge, and your competencies under each of those criteria that you have in your advertisement. Okay, so you'll have to condense the information and extract only the important information for that particular post. You can still do quite a few. You can do multiple experience sets, but with the new e-recruitment system, you may only link one experience set to a specific job. Now, don't forget that you have to specify what experience set you want linked with a particular job. If you don't specify, I think the system is going to, by default, just choose the very first set. So make sure that you indicate exactly what set you want. I just pulled a deputy principal post, and I'm now looking at the criteria that are listed in the deputy principal post advertisement, right? It says, the very first point says proven leadership qualities. Now that will be one of your subheadings when you complete your experience set. You put a proven leadership qualities. Now, proven means you must have done it. You must have showed your leadership skills by doing, by leading, by coordinating, by being in charge, by heading a committee, by, being the leader of a group or a team. You must be able to prove. So under that subheading, proven leadership qualities, that would, in your experience, that criterion will be a subheading. Then under the subheading, you'll put 1 or 2 bullet points about what you did to demonstrate that you have leadership qualities. The second point in this advertisement says must be able to lead. That sounds similar to that first one, so there's a bit of duplication. And let me just see if I can pull out something else over here. Proven record as an innovative curriculum leader. That's a hectic one. Proven experience as an innovative curriculum leader. Now, if that is one of your subheadings in your experience set, you can't just record that. You now have to put at least 1 or 2 or 3 experiences. I can't limit you. I can't say how many you need to put under each subheading, but you need to describe or qualify each of these criteria that are mentioned. I may be repeating myself here, but we get hundreds of CVs, and the CVs say nothing. The CVs are silent on all the critical criteria that have been mentioned in the advertisement. Or what candidates also do, or what applicants do, the applicants would actually just repeat the entire advertisement. Now, I think that is taking a big chance. Let's say you applying for this deputy principal post, and you know that all the criteria that are stated in the advertisement must be reflected in your CV. Okay, so you got that right. But if you stop there, then your CV still says nothing. You need to, like I tried to explain to you, you need to put in descriptors. You need to give examples. You need to illustrate your competencies in those various areas. The CV is just there to get you into the room. And that is what you're aiming for. Once you're in the room, you can bomb out everybody in the room with your charisma, with your ability to just let the facts roll from your tongue, whatever. But if you can't get into the room, guys, you don't stand a chance. And that is what we're talking about. We're talking about crafting a CV so that you have a good chance of getting into the room, into the interview room, so that then you get a chance to show off your skills. Okay, so I'm just going to, I think I'll pull another 2 criteria in this particular advertisement that I'm looking at, and let's see which one I can pull out. Let's say, for example, here it says staff room knowledge and experience of SPMDS and IQMS. That's huge. So you can put that in your CV, but now you need to tell the selection committee what you did. So you have to specify. Did you coordinate the IQMS? Did you do the analysis of the data of all the performance management? Did you use that data, for example, to design training and development around the training needs that people have mentioned? The same with SPMDS. Are you the supervisor? And if you're the supervisor, what tasks did you perform and how did you manage to help the people develop. And of course, you have to score them, but the main thing is, how did you help your team develop? Okay, so those are the kinds of things I think that we don't really see in CVs when they come through. So if I must just sum this up as my test run as well, then I'll say the following. One is, I just explained the CV is critical, right? The CV is your voice. The CV is the one that's going to bring you into the interview room, and that's where you want to be. So you need to write and demonstrate your skills in such a way that you shine, and that the selection committee, the interview committee, can then call you or invite you for an interview. Okay? I also explained that you need to focus on the advertisement, and that the advertisement forms the backbone of your CV. You will use all the criteria mentioned in the advertisement and use that to be the basis of certain information that you're going to provide. You cannot just repeat the advertisement in your CV. And then a third point is that remember most, I think especially in South Africa, we still do the scoring system, right? So your CV will be scored. In other words, there will be some kind of rating system. So if you just write down, for example, proven leadership qualities, and the maximum marks you can get per criteria or whatever set the selection committee has agreed on, and you've just written that one phrase, then the maximum number of points you can get is 1. Are you with me? But if you write that and you explain how you've led, how you've coordinated, how you've taken charge of, how you have headed committees, then of course now you are giving us some substance, and so of course then you need to be awarded more points. That is just how it works here. And so just bear that in mind, that there is a rating system in most cases. I'm just putting this disclaimer out there. I'm just giving you general tips. But generally, people seem to be going for the rating system. The other thing that you must bear in mind is when you do your online CV, is that you'll notice now you get, in many cases, you can write up to 4,000 characters. Now notice, it's not 4,000 words, it's 4,000 characters. So every letter of the alphabet will be one character. Every punctuation mark will be another character. So you must have 4,000 maximum. Now 4,000 characters, if you say on average a word is about, let's say the average length of a word is 5 letters, then you'll probably be able to write 800 words. Now don't make it any shorter. Try to maximize the word count that you have. If you see you've said everything, sleep on your CV, save the CV, and then think of other examples that you can include, because you can't go wrong. Remember we said at the beginning, only that one set is going to be linked to a particular application. So you have to maximize your chances of getting into the room. So I think I've covered sort of the basics about CV writing, and if I should say anything more, then it's just going to be a lot of repetition, and we're going to get nowhere. So for those who have been watching, I hope the sound was good. I hope I made sense. It is my maiden Facebook live session, and I see Melissa Mentor's also watching. Hi Melissa. Melissa, definitely one of our wonderful SMT members, HOD at the moment, but definitely has the capabilities of just flying higher than that. So if it was meaningful to you, if you found it good, or you want me to do a little bit more extra about it, let me know. But I'm going to sign off now, otherwise we're just going to drag it out and you can relax. And if you liked what you saw, then let me, like I said, let me know, so that I know if this is the platform I can also use to just connect with you. Because remember, School Corridor is there to help grow you into master teachers and school leaders. We want you to fly along those corridors. We want everybody to shine. And I'm willing to try all the technology in the world if it means I can help you become bigger and better.